feelings. Check it out, man.
This is the NBA on 2K Sports. Welcome, folks. I'm David Bruce. Monday night in the NBA, it'll be the Denver Nuggets facing off against the Memphis Grizzlies. And now let's get courtside with Kevin Harlan. He's all ready to get things going for Memphis.
It's amazing, so amazing, so amazing, so amazing.
Grizzlies look to take charge at the FedEx Forum. And we're going to bring it to you live from Memphis, Tennessee. For the Grizzlies, their last game, a win against the Charlotte Hornets. They went the distance, too, as they needed overtime to win it.
And that game was almost a coin flip at the end of regulation. It really could have gone either way, but Mark, you sensed it was going to be theirs pretty quickly once overtime began.
Yeah, well, it was obvious as soon as the overtime period started that they hit the reset button and got to the second win.
So the fans sitting on the bench. Here's the group that George Karl has on the floor. Looking out through with LeBron James. And it's Lawson. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's Kobe in at the two spot. And for Memphis, Jared Bayless is out there with Thunder. It's Tony Allen. And there's Davis. And it's Gasol at the five. To the middle. And Lawson gets it to go on the assist by McGee. Lawson's got his first basket of the night.
You know, he got one step ahead of the defense on that one. Excellent job.
I think Denver fared better than most people thought they would last year. They had a lot of injuries, a lot of turmoil, players going to China during the lockout. They didn't play that well against their Western Conference opponents, and I think that was a disappointment for George Karl.
And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Earlier, I spoke with Coach Lionel Hollins. He said that they will be focusing a lot of their defensive effort into slowing down Carmelo Anthony. I asked him for specifics, and he said, Melo is such a dynamic player, there really isn't any single thing we'll do that will be the answer. Instead, we're just going to throw everything we have at him and see how he handles it. Guys?
And that's that story, Doris. The shot's good from LeBron. LeBron's now got his first points in this one.
Hard work on the boards, guys, leading to that putback.
Here's Gasol. That's no good. Couldn't get his first shot to go. But for the Nuggets, Steve, they finished at 22 and 26 with 10 the Western Conference. Not exactly what they had hoped for at, Clark, the start of the season.
Yeah, they did make the playoffs, though, Kevin, but actually had the worst in-conference record of any team playing in the postseason throughout the league. Both East and Western Conference.
And the whistle blows, and it's going to be an over-the-back call here.
Well, he's boxed out, and when that happens, at some point you have to just turn and get back defensively. That time he went right over the top.
Yeah, but you go straight on the top of another player's back, it's going to be a foul call every time.
LeBron, no luck.
He just couldn't shake loose. He had the defender draped all over him. Ed Davis was very slender when he came into this league out of North Carolina, but he's done a good job of adding muscle to his frame. With that lunch pail game of his around the rim, that will serve him well. That strength will be big.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Randolph has checked in. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
You know, guys, I really like what I've seen from Ed Davis. He's starting to fill out his frame a bit. He's got the real long wingspan, long arms. He's got excellent bounce. He's starting to add to his shooting range as well. I think he's going to be a really good big man in this league for a decade or more if he can stay healthy.
Terrell Arthur, he's checked in for Memphis. Out of bounds, Denver takes possession.
Denver way too loose on that inbounds pass.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Here's Kobe, and there's another one for the Nuggets.
I'm just so impressed with his focus, Kevin, because even with the defender flying at him, he still finds a way to hit those shots on the perimeter.
Very true. And what I noticed with him is his ability to jump on teams right out of the break. I mean, he doesn't need to take a shot to get going. He's locked in by nature.
Well done, finishing that one off.
Kobe with the steal. Leads him in there. Deflected. And it's out of bounds to the Nuggets as Denver retains possession. And the Grizzlies with some changes. Marc Gasol's checked in for Arthur. Pondexter comes in for Tony Allen. And Roten subbed in for Jared Bates. Chris Anderson is checked in for Denver. Wade comes in for Carmelo Anthony.
Defensively, this team is just giving up way too many open looks.
You're exactly right. And to battle back, they got to shore that defense up, Steve.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
Both teams deciding to change it up. And here's Nash outside. Here's LeBron. Gets the bucket.
Boy, it's been a hot shooting first quarter for them so far.
Steve, it's been fun to watch. I mean, the shots are dropping, and it's led to an excellent start.
Conley against Nash. Conley kicks the day. Gasol dunks it down.
You really don't want to give up too many dunks like that. One is too many.
Oh, yeah, no, certainly you're right. You know, that's making it way too easy for sure.
Yeah, major breakdown defensively. They've got to tighten things up here.
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. And here we go with Dwayne Wade.
That's a look that he'll never pass up, and one he'll usually never miss.
And an overpowering first quarter effort, already a double-digit advantage. The Nuggets lead by 11. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter.
On tap this Wednesday, Tony Parker and the San Antonio Spurs go up against Kevin Garnett and the Boston Celtics. It's the Reed Stadium.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tougher contested quarter as we move here into the second. And guys, we've seen the Nuggets really take control here.
It was a pretty solid first quarter for this club. They limited their mistakes and really took advantage offensively.
You know what? I like what I've seen from them on the other end, forcing a few giveaways. That's excellent pressure and good activity with the hand.
So with Anthony sitting on the bench, here's the group that George Karl has on the floor. Kenneth Faried and JaVale McGee, they're inside. T-Wade out there with Lawson, and it's Kobe with the small forward.
Well, you knew the Grizzlies were anticipating going deep into the playoffs after they had a nice run to the second round in 2011. They don't seem ready to settle for first-round exits, and they've got the personnel and coaching to be right in the thick of things going forward.
Mark, how about the previous year when they were number 8 seed, knocked out the number 1 seed San Antonio in 2010?
Right.
Quincy Pondexter, he's checked in for Memphis. Roten comes in for Jared Bates. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, guys, last season, LeBron James had maybe the best season of his career in winning his third MVP and an NBA title. He credited his success to getting back to enjoying the game. The year before, criticized for the way he left Cleveland, he said, "My whole season was about trying to prove people wrong, and that's not how I play the game of basketball." He added, "I got to this point by playing the game a certain way, getting back to me loving the game, having fun with the game. I play the game fun, joyful, and I let my game do all the talking." He spoke loud and clear, Kevin.
No doubt about that. Thank you, Doris.
Yeah, guys, you know, regardless of how the fans perceive LeBron, it seems like the villain role just wasn't for him. And last year, he got back to playing the way he likes to play, with a lot of joy, a lot of love for the game. I think that's one of the reasons he was in the correct mindset to go ahead and perform so well in the playoffs and win his first title.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Marc Gasol's checked in for Randall. John Lewis comes in for Gerard. Austin Day, who's checked in for Quincy Pondexter. And Jared Bates subbed in for Mike Conley. Michael Conley, he's checked in for Roten.
And LeBron last year, I thought, had the best season of his career. Shot 53%, by far a career high. And I think it's
it started with him really making a commitment to go inside and to avoid those bailout three-point shots.
Randolph's shot is good.
He is just so good from that range, guys. Never mind with the height advantage he had there.
Down low and out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession. We always talk about getting good looks. Here's who's doing the best of it in the NBA. Fourth, LeBron James.
He's so reliable offensively. It's one thing to find good looks, but you've got to finish them when you get them. He always seems to do that.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Arthur comes in for John Lewis. And Tony Allen subbed in for Mike Conley. Big group substitution here for Denver. JaVale McGee's checked in for Randolph. Kenneth Faried comes in for LeBron. Dwayne Wade's checked in for Kobe. And it's Lawson in for Steve Nash. That's good. And for LeBron, with his strength and explosiveness, no question he has the ability to overpower defenders in the paint. We see it all the time.
Yeah, and I like the fact that he's really been less enamored with the three-point shot. He's really concentrated and been intentional about getting that ball in the two-point territory, working on his post-up game, and really putting pressure on defenders to make him unguardable.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Pippins checked in. Zach Randolph is subbed in for Jarrell Arthur.
Another turnover, another bucket. And Steve, turnovers can really be game changers. I mean, they sap your team and then give the other team life. So it's a double-edged sword.
Now here's Roden, guarded by Kobe. From 15 feet away. To go. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far it hasn't been close. The Nuggets ahead, opening up a huge gap. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the third quarter, but right now it's time for the Sprint Halftime Show with Damon Bruce.
Now, presented by Sprint. Live from 2K Sports, it's the Monday night edition of the Halftime Report. The Houston Rockets will be playing out against the Jazz in Utah. 7 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Pacific is the tip time. In another game that's coming up, over at AT&T Center, the Spurs will face off against the Clippers. A 7:30 Eastern tip time. And one game also on the docket, over at American Airlines Center, the Mavericks will face off against the Warriors. A 7:30 Eastern time is tip-off. And now a chance to make your selections for today's pick and win. That's all we've got here. Now, back to Kevin, Steve, Clark, and Doris for the second half.
Now it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first two quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback.
It's been a nice game for Ty Lawson. He's got 10 points, and he's come away with the steal, too. Well, when he's had the chance to be a factor defensively, he's taken it.
One, 2. Check me out right here.